Rain hammers the cracked windshield of Tom's rusty pickup truck as he idles at a red light, the wipers squeaking in a losing battle against the storm. His knuckles are white on the steering wheel, his jaw tight. A faded photo of his 6-year-old daughter Lily dangles from the rearview mirror, her gap-toothed smile a reminder of the empty fridge waiting at home. Tom's a single dad, laid off from the factory 3 months ago, scraping by on odd jobs. Tonight he's got $12 left and the weight of it feels like a stone in his chest. A faint sob cuts through the rain's rhythm. He glances out the window. There, under a flickering street lamp, a woman kneels on the wet sidewalk, her 3 kids huddled around her. She's holding a cardboard sign. Please, anything helps. What happens next will change everything. Tom's heart twists. The woman's face is gaunt, her eyes hollow but fierce, like she's fighting a war to keep her kids safe. The oldest, a boy about 10, wraps his jacket around his shivering little sisters, who can't be older than 4. Tom's mind races. $12 won't feed Lily for long, but these kids look hungrier than he's ever been. The light turns green. He could drive away, most people do. But something in the woman's gaze locks him in place. He pulls over, the truck, groaning as he parks. "Hey!" he calls, stepping into the rain, his thin jacket soaking through instantly. "You okay?" The woman startles, clutching her kids closer. "We're fine," she says, voice shaky but proud. Her name's Sarah, she admits, and her kids are Jonah, Mia, and Ellie. They've been on the street for weeks, she says, since her husband left and the shelter turned them away. Tom's throat tightens. He's got nothing to give, but how can he walk away? Tom digs into his pocket, pulling out the crumpled $12. It's all he has until next week's odd job. "It's not much," he mutters, pressing it into Sarah's hand. Her eyes widen, tears mixing with the rain. "No, we can't," she starts, but Tom shakes his head. "Just take it." Jonah, the oldest, stares at Tom like he's a hero, and it stings. Tom's no hero, just a guy failing his own kid. He turns to leave, but Sarah's voice stops him. "Why'd you do that?" she asks, like she's testing him. Tom shrugs, rain dripping off his nose. "Because I know what it's like to feel alone." As he drives off, Sarah's silhouette fades in the rear view, but her question lingers. Why did he do it? And what's he going to tell Lily when there's no dinner tomorrow? At home, Tom tucks Lily into bed, her tiny voice asking, "Did you get groceries, Daddy?" He forces a smile, kissing her forehead. "Soon, kiddo." The lie burns. He sits alone in the dark kitchen, staring at a single can of beans in the cupboard. His stomach growls, but worse is the guilt. He gave away their last dollar, and for what? A stranger's kids? He buries his face in his hands, whispering, "What kind of father am I?" Just when despair feels like it'll swallow him, a knock at the door jolts him upright. Who could it be at this hour? Tom opens the door to find Sarah standing there, soaked but determined, her kids behind her. Jonah holds a small paper bag. "We got this for you," Sarah says, her voice steady now. Inside the bag are a loaf of bread, a jar of peanut butter, and a few apples, bought with the $12 Tom gave her. He's stunned. "You didn't have to," he starts, but Sarah cuts him off. "You gave us hope," she says. "We wanted to give some back." Then she hesitates, her eyes searching his. There's something else. She pulls out a worn photo from her pocket, and Tom's breath catches. It's a picture of his late wife, Emily, smiling beside a younger Sarah. "Emily was my sister," Sarah says softly. Tom's world tilts. Sarah's his sister-in-law, and her kids, Jonah, Mia, Ellie, are his nieces and nephew. He never knew Emily had a sister, estranged after a family fight years ago. How could he have missed this? And what does it mean now? Tom's mind reels as Sarah explains. Emily never reconciled with her family before she passed, and Sarah only found Tom by chance. Recognizing Lily's photo in a local paper, she'd been too ashamed to reach out, too broken by her own struggles. But Tom's kindness on that rainy street gave her courage. "You're not alone anymore," Tom says, voice cracking. He pulls Sarah into a hug, the kids piling in, their laughter cutting through the storm outside. But just when hope feels within reach, Sarah drops another bombshell. She's sick, and without treatment, she might not have long. Tom's heart sinks. He's just found family. Can he really lose them again? Tom refuses to let despair win. He rallies his small town, sharing Sarah's story at the community center. Strangers donate clothes, groceries, even a small apartment for Sarah and her kids. A local doctor offers free treatment for Sarah's illness. Tom, who spent months feeling powerless, finds strength in uniting others. He realizes his $12 wasn't just money, it was a spark that lit a fire of kindness. At a town potluck, Sarah, healthier now, raises a glass to Tom. "You showed me family isn't just blood," she says. "It's what we do for each other." Lily tugs Tom's sleeve, whispering, "I'm proud of you, Daddy." For the first time in years, Tom feels whole. Months later, Tom's back on his feet, working a steady job at the factory. Sarah and her kids live nearby, their laughter filling Sunday dinners at Tom's house. The rain still falls sometimes, but it doesn't feel heavy anymore. Tom looks at Lily, Jonah, Mia, and Ellie playing in the yard, and knows he's part of something bigger than himself. "Kindness doesn't cost much," he says, voiceover fading in, "but it can change everything." As the screen fades to black, a final quote lingers. "In a world that feels cold, a single act of kindness can warm a lifetime."